Hey guys, it's me, Coach D. I'm back, and we are talking about our fingers, our hook as it's called. So what is a hook? A hook is how you're gripping the string, right? So I told y'all already, hopefully, it's kind of windy, so hopefully this is coming out good. But we talked about 3 fingers versus split finger, right? 2 on the bottom, 1 on the top. So 3 fingers would be there's the bow, the arrow, the knock. I have my 3-finger hook underneath here. There's my pinky like that. I tuck it. And so that's how I would draw. So I would draw like this. Make sure I got it on camera for you. I would draw like this. That's my 3 fingers. All right, that's a 3-finger hook. Now, 2 fingers, split. So I'm gonna go 2 on the bottom, 1 on the top. Some people shoot like that. So it's 2 on the bottom, 1 on top of the arrow. So here, we can get this out of the way. So it's basically on both sides of the knock, right? Before I was all 3 under the knocking point. Now I'm gonna do 2 under the knocking and 1 on the top. And so that draw would look like this. Okay? I don't like the split finger. Some people like it. Works for them. I teach the 3. I do all my shooting 3 under. And later on, if you want to do like string walking and stuff, that starts to play into that. But let's take a look at what it looks like and how it can change your arrows. You want to find one way to do it and stick with it, all right, so you can get better and improve. All right, you can play around with anything over time, but I recommend if you want to get good and precise for practice, or even just to shoot tournament stuff, you want to find one method and stick with it. So I'm going to shoot a couple arrows into the target down range. I have another camera down there to show you the difference. So I'm going to shoot, we're going to do 5 arrows from the, I'm about maybe 10 and a half. All right, so I'm going to do 5 arrows. I don't know what my grouping is going to look like from here, but I'm going to do 3 fingers under first, okay? Let me see where I'm going to aim at to get it from here. I think I'm going to be, my aiming point, which we'll go over later, is going to be slightly under the bullseye, right at the beginning of the blue line. Let's see how it looks. Gold, I'll take that. I'm just going to do 3 arrows because I think we'll be able to prove our point here pretty easy. So I'm going to go, that was 1. That's 2. I hit the other arrow. Yay, me! All right, let's see here. This will be my 3rd arrow. Okay, so that's my 3. All right, I'm going to aim at the same exact place that I got a 10 and 2 9s at. I'm going to aim for the same spot, but I'm going to shoot split finger this time, okay? So now I got 2 under, 1 on top. I'm going to aim at the same place. All right, now I'm going to shoot 3 arrows to see if that's a consistent group or not. So that was way high. So I'm shooting way higher by doing split finger. Let's do another arrow. Way higher than the last one. That one didn't feel good. All right, but still way high altogether. And then my last one. All right, let's go check out that group. I went from here to here. That's a significant gap at 10-ish yards. My group wasn't that good either. That was on me. Those 2 were closer, but I don't shoot split finger. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot this down. If you guys want to get good in archery, I tell my kids, you got to be robots. Pretty much. If you're going to do the NASP type shooting, you got to pretend like you are a brace that you've put a bow in, and you have a mechanical hookup that pulls it back and shoots it, and nothing changes every single time. And if you can make yourself into that type of robot, if you can get your whole body, your mind, everything together to where everything is the same every single time, the arrow is going to go to the same exact point every single time. Very simple. Do the same thing each time and you're going to have the same result, right? Simple to say, very hard to do. But that's 3 under versus split finger, okay? And those are the 2 most popular techniques that they use for shooting. And remember, when you come in there, that's called your hook. Now something I found out is I was doing a really, I don't know if you can see, like a real light hook where my fingers were, let me see if I can get like this, but they were barely over. And then I've done it where they were way over. As long as I had a clean release, I've had very good results. I would tell you though, once you're shooting and you're shooting good, find that same spot. Make it the same repeatable spot. If you guys do that, you're gonna see a lot of success. So remember, we covered our basics in the last video about our stance and everything. We covered the 11 steps of archery, including a good follow through, a good release, right? You wanna pull through, and we could talk about that as well. But this part right here is just basically about 3 under versus, you know, split finger, and what the difference can be in that. Let's go ahead and talk about string walking real quick. That's something that comes up. What is string walking? That's basically like what it sounds, walking the string. So if I'm normally shooting right here with my 3 under, just under the knocking point, right? You can see that. String walking is coming down the string, walking your fingers down the string to adjust how your arrow shoots. Where you put your fingers on this string makes a lot of difference, okay? So let's watch and see. Let's see what's different about it. I'm gonna shoot 2 arrows like I normally do, okay? I got that camera on down there, so let's see. 2 arrows. Hey, gold, baby, I like that. Oops, I was already down a little bit there. Let's come back up. Okay, now let's do an experiment. Let's walk down the string a little. I'm gonna come down here significantly. I'm totally at the bottom of the serving now. Let's see. Wow, way down. All right, so I moved back now. I am probably about 15. So now let's give it a better shot. So I'll do 2 from my regular 3 under, okay? From about 15, let's see. Go, baby! Hey, it can be tough even for me. It takes a lot of practice. I got a pop. Welcome to Florida. I got palm tree in my face. Okay, I missed a little bit into the 8th. Okay, but let's string walk now, okay? All right, now let me try to walk down on the string some. You can see where I'm at the bottom of the serving. So I'm a good over 1 inch down. Wow, that just comes off the bow. So crazy. Let me back up and see if you can see it come off the bow. So I'm shooting way lower for sure. Nothing different except for I'm coming down about 1 inch. Yeah, so that's the deal on that. And then obviously you can string walk above as well. I'm not going to do that. You can't string walk for a NASP. They won't let you do it. You're not supposed to be doing it. There's no reason to do it. You can tune your bow, and you know what? Maybe that's what we need to do next. Let's get a bow of different weights, and we'll do that test and see how that looks. Okay, so since I do instruct, I got all kinds of bows for the kids. So my bow that I shoot at, believe it or not, about 16.3 pounds, right around there, just under 16 and a half. I actually went higher and then I came back down, and I found that's the sweet spot for me. And there is a sweet spot for you, so you have to find that. At 15 yards or meters, I can put my bow, my arrow, dead on the center of the bullseye, and that's where I need to shoot from to be dead on from that. Now, it's different for everybody. This bow is set right at, let me double check for you. I want to show you the difference on this. This is a luggage weight. I use it for, it's made for luggage. You can buy it on Amazon. So, but it does weight. And so this one, 12 pounds. I like to do 3 checks. 11.8, 11.9. So right at 12 pounds. So now let's do the same test. Let's shoot like I do normally. This bow, I'm going to put it dead on the bullseye. Sorry about the palm tree. I'm going to put it dead on the bullseye. 12-pound bow. Let's see how this shoots. It's I'll have to show you in a minute. Let me do one more arrow, but it's about 4 yards in front of the target, sitting in the dirt. Okay, it's let me adjust for it. I'm going to aim at the top of the target, the very top of the target. Whoops. It's about 1 yard in front of the target. All right, just for comparison's sake, now I'm going to shoot at, let's go about 1 yard on top of the target, into the middle of the air above the target. All right, as you can see on video down there, I hit the target by aiming about that far on top of the target, above the target, and that's where it landed. So now, I got 2 more arrows. Let's do another shot. This bow is rated at 21.4, 22, 21 and a half. This came straight from Genesis, a little overpowered. Full disclosure, this is a left-handed bow. Coach D's ambidextrous. I can actually shoot both hands. So I'll be shooting this one. This is a left-handed bow. So same rules apply. Now I'm going to be shooting left-handed, so I have my back to you. 3 under again, and I'll go to the same aiming point that I normally do. Okay, I shot way high on that target, way high, so I need to shoot down some. So now center is way high, so now, whoops. Okay, so now let's see. I'm going to shoot down at the black. So you can see, obviously, I know it's kind of weird probably for y'all, but hey, for you left-handers, here's a left-handed bow. So I shot a little high, dead to the middle, but high. So from 15, shooting with a bow that's pounded at 21 and a half pounds, I was shooting at the black ring. I need to even go below that some. So let me recap, and hopefully I'm making some sense to you guys. If I shoot my bow that's at 16 and a half pound draw weight, I can aim dead at the bullseye and hit it. If I'm shooting a bow, for me, that's rated at 13 pounds, I have to aim about 1.5 feet above the target to hit the target, okay? Which I was just a little low. And then if I'm shooting a bow that's 21 and a half pounds, I have to aim, I aimed at the very black ring at the bottom of the target. So let me go up there and I'll show you with the target. I'll point to it. So I aim here with my bow at 16 pounds, okay? If I do that, that's where I aim. That's usually where I hit, somewhere in here. Now, with the other bow, the 13, I hit right here first. So that was aiming dead at the bullseye. So then I aimed up at the top of the target, and that's where I hit, down there on the ground. So then I aimed about up here, and I hit down here in the blue. Okay? So that's hard when you got something so light. With a 22-pound bow, 21 and a half pound, I aimed dead bullseye, and I hit up here. Now, I'm off center. That's my fault. I'm shooting left-handed. I'm a right-handed shooter. I am ambidextrous, but I haven't been practicing. So I'm off center. That's on me, but I'm shooting high. So then I aimed down here to the black. And when I aimed down to the black, hopefully you can see that. It's bright outside. When I aimed to the black, I hit here. So that just goes to show you some of the differences of what your bow poundage makes a difference on. And then we'll go into gap shooting separately. I think that's it for today. That's enough for today. Hey, you guys have a good one. God bless. See ya.